If you're lucky, you will be with someone for what, 50 years?
Yeah.
But not for 900 years.
I think she has potential. See, you're already healing faster. You're gonna do great.
You took the whole play dead thing to another level in this movie. Because you guys were fighting and then your bodies were recovering. How did that work on set?
It was an intricate part of the process because of a couple of things. One of them was the floor in the room was really hard.
Shouldn't have done that.
It sounds a bit funny, but when you're lying down, face down on a hard floor, it can be a bit tough, but nothing to whine about. I mean, it's still all good.
These are extraordinary individuals. They are extremely resistant to capture.
Your characters, they have a very special relationship in the movie. I won't spoil anything. But you guys have like beautiful dialogue in the van when you're running. How it was when you read that on script?
It was very emotional. I have a clear remembering, you can say so in English. Very clear memory of Joe, so Marwan, doing this fantastic monologue. It was so beautiful because I read this monologue for weeks and then I could see it, and it was really very moving. I had to do nothing. I just had to be there and watch Marwan's eyes. It was very comfortable for me and
Thank you, Luca.
pleasure.
The love of my life was of the people I've been taught to hate.
we killed each other.
Many times, yeah.
It's a special connection between these two characters. And how do you show their connection if they have been around for 1,000 years? You know, what is love? We know it as a maximum of, let's say, if you're lucky, you will be with someone for what, 50 years?
Yeah.
But not for 900 years.
Yeah.
For us, it was interesting to find out how does that feel like and how would you talk about the other person. And I guess the words, they were big, they were strong, and it was a challenge to bring that, and I did my best.
How old are you?
Old.
How old?
Too old.
Both your characters in this film, they are like obsessed with immortality and they chase the old guard around, and sometimes not for the right reasons. How do you think that that dynamic resonates with the world today? Because sometimes we are always so afraid of what we don't understand or what we can't understand.
We don't understand a lot today in terms of what's happening in the world, so the parallels are quite unique. Yeah, it's interesting you say they're chasing this immortality, whatever it is, whether it's what they want the genetics of it or whether they want to sort of decode it for financial reasons. When we meet Merrick, he wants to solve the problem of illness in the world, and I think that's definitely his starting point. And then as the film goes along, it goes somewhere else.
They're going to lock us up and weaponize us. But they've never faced an army like ours.
An army of 5. Shit, let's start a band.
Chiwetel, this is not your first time working with a comic book / graphic novel adaptation, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Marvel fans that will watch this on Netflix too.
That is hilarious.
What's the coolest part of working with this kind of source material and dealing with these fans that are so passionate about it?
Within the Marvel world, of course, you know, the fan base is so strong and so energized and engaged, and so it's always brilliant to be able to spend time, you know, at the Comic-Con or whatever, you know, to really spend time with fans and to really get a sense of how impactful these stories are and these characters are. They're always really exciting. You know, they're always really and exciting, and these characters are always characters pushed to these kinds of extremes and these sort of really interesting areas, and these kind of fantastical areas that they enter into. With all of these extremes come these ideas that are very rooted in contemporary and modern ideas and thoughts and feelings and emotions. And so with this, I think that it absolutely has this kind of crossover where it starts to talk about the obviously big pharma, but the financialization of issues the financializations of problems or discoveries or inventions, and how these things can be pushed too far.
And would you come back for a sequence, for an Old Guard sequence?
I would love to, yeah. No, I'm very excited to carry on exploring these characters if we're lucky enough to do so.
I strongly recommend that we leave right now.